in 8 body language cues that make women crave you, even if she tries to hide it. We're decoding the gestures she responds to without even realizing why. These cues trigger desire below the surface. And once you start using them, you'll see it in her eyes. Number 5, it's something you've probably done by accident, and it drives woman wild. The lingering down-up glance. This isn't the cartoonish checking her upstairs. It's fast, subtle, but deliberate. Your eyes meet hers. Drop briefly to her chest or torso. Then return to her face. Why does this work? Because it creates instant, unspoken tension. It signals attraction without saying a word, and women pick up on it subconsciously. That quick scan isn't about ogling. It's primal, instinctive, and it makes her wonder what else you're noticing. From an evolutionary psychology standpoint, these subtle visual scans are deeply wired. Women are biologically attuned to notice. When a man's attention lingers, it's a subconscious read of his focus and intent. Here's the kicker: you can't overdo it. Once or twice in the flow of a conversation is powerful. Any more than that, you'll look like you're inspecting a used car. So keep it intentional, not obvious. When done right, it plants a thought in her head that lingers, even if she pretends she didn't catch it. 2. The relaxed. Open posture. Posture speaks louder than anything you say. When you stand or sit with your shoulders loose, hands visible, feet planted, firmly, it sends a clear message. I'm comfortable here, I belong here. This is attractive because it's the opposite of defensive or closed-off behavior. No crossed arms, no hunched shoulders, no nervous fidgeting. You're occupying your space without needing to prove anything. This doesn't mean puffing up your chest, like you're trying to win a bodybuilding contest. In fact, overposing makes you look performative. The key is ease, confidence that doesn't need to scream. And here's the part women won't admit. They notice this instantly. That calm, grounded posture. It makes them feel calmer around you, like they can relax too. 3. They controlled. Unhurried movements. Fast, jerky movements signal nervousness. Slow, deliberate movements signal control. Whether it's how you walk into a room, gesture during a conversation, or even adjust your jacket, doing it at a controlled pace projects composure. You look like a man who doesn't rush, who isn't thrown off by the energy of the room. This is why powerful people always seem to move slower than everyone else. It's not laziness, it's intentional. It makes every action feel more meaningful, like you're in command of your time and your space. And women feel that when your movements are unhurried, you project a quiet dominance. It doesn't just make you more attractive. It makes her feel like she's in the presence of someone who knows himself. For the lean in during her high point, you don't need to lean in the entire time you're talking. In fact, that can come off as needy. But leaning in when she's animated, when she's laughing, excited, or telling a story sends a completely different signal. It says, I'm with you in this moment. That subtle closing of the gap tells her you're tuned in, that you're rewarding her energy by meeting it, and because it only happens during those high points, it makes her feel seen and understood without a single word. This is the difference between a man who's just waiting to talk and one who's actually listening. And trust me, she knows which one you are. Quick pause, because if this fascinates you, I've got something you were never meant to see. It's called 25 Forbidden Signals. She's secretly into you. It's a cheat sheet of the tiny, almost invisible cues women give off when they're truly feeling you, even when they're trying to hide it. These are the signs she'll never admit to. Once you know them, you can't unsee them. It's exclusive, I don't share it here on YouTube. And it'll change the way you read every interaction. The link's below, grab it while you can. Of the frame-claiming armrest. Watch how the most grounded, confident men use their space. They don't hunch into themselves. They claim their frame, resting an arm casually on the back of a chair, leaning on a bar with one hand, or placing a forearm on a nearby surface. These cues project physical and social dominance. You're expanding without being invasive. It's a way of saying I'm comfortable here. And this is my space too. It's also a great way to create a natural frame around her. When you're near, picture leaning against a doorway with one arm raised above. Suddenly the two of you feel like you're in your own bubble. Even in a crowded room, and women feel that. It's not aggressive, it's not theatrical. It's calm, natural authority. The kind that makes her notice you before you've even said a word. 6 of the subtle neck exposure. This one works because it's primal. When you roll your shoulders back, tilt your head slightly, or adjust your shirt collar, you're revealing your neck and upper chest. 2 areas that have been subconscious display zones for thousands of years. Why does that matter? Because these micro-displays signal health, vitality and openness. It's a quiet way of saying, I'm at ease in my environment. I'm not threatened here, it's vulnerable. Yet dominant, you're not hiding. You're open, and that sends a powerful biological message. It's also a magnet for the eyes. Even if she won't admit it, she notices that brief flash of exposure sticks in her mind far longer than you think, and often makes her body react before her brain does. 7, the micro-tilt head nod. This one's so subtle, most men don't even realize they're doing it. But women feel it immediately. A slow, slight head tilt, paired with a gentle nod while she's speaking, communicates deep engagement. It says, I'm listening. I get it, keep going. It's small, but it changes everything. Most people nod too quickly or mechanically. When you do it slowly, it feels deliberate. Like you're savoring what she's saying. This kind of listening posture makes her feel fascinating. And when someone feels fascinating around you, they want to be in your presence more often. And to turn away with posture shift. This is how you leave a conversation without really leaving. As you wrap up, your feet or shoulders turn away slightly, but your head and torso stay engaged for just a bit longer. It creates a sense of unfinished business, like you're walking away, but you're still tethered to the moment. That tiny shift keeps her thinking, was he done with that conversation, or does he want me to keep it going? It's understated, but incredibly effective for leaving her mind, looping on you long after you've gone. And if you've made it this far, here's one more. A bonus that's rare but incredibly powerful when you do it right. The palm-to-palm contact. It's one thing to shake hands. It's another to briefly cover her hand with yours. Even for just a moment, that palm-to-palm contact, especially when it's warm and deliberate, creates a sudden jolt of intimacy. It's human, it's grounding. It bypasses her logic and goes straight to the part of her brain that craves connection. What makes this different from a casual touch? It's bilateral. Both palms meeting is a signal of equality and closeness. It's more vulnerable, more personal and far more memorable than a one-sided grace. Do it sparingly and only when it fits the moment naturally. And she'll replay that small, quiet gesture over and over in her head. Which of these do you think you already do without realizing? Drop it in the comments. I actually read them, and I want to hear what you've noticed in yourself. If you got value from this, hit like, subscribe, and check out the next video I made for you.